Hello, all my little cruciferi. This is Carla. Welcome back to the channel and to my kitchen. And today I am going to be transforming the beloved vegetable known as tiny trees into a most delicious salad called charred broccoli salad. I wish I had added that it was charred broccoli salad with dates and almonds because those two ingredients will also be making an appearance here. And if I have already lost you and you're saying, lady, why are you putting broccoli in a salad? I would tell you it's very simple. It is because lettuce is exhausted. Lettuce has been salading all of the days. There are no more salad days left for the lettuce. Broccoli said, I got you, I'm gonna come in. People don't know about me. They don't know that I'm the salad you should be bringing to the potluck. I'm the salad you should be making ahead for your party. It is me, it is I, broccoli. I'm gonna celebrate that today. I'm gonna add salty things. I'm gonna add a little sassy, sweet and sour dressing, and it's gonna be new and fun and different and healthy and green and all yours. It's all for you. 2 big lobes of broccoli. I am gonna start by trimming off the woody part of the stem. This is the only cooking that happens in this recipe, and it's pretty quick. I like broccoli stems. They're juicy. They have a texture kind of like a cross between jicama or kohlrabi and like cauliflower. And then the outer kind of peel down here can be a bit rough and tough. So I'm just taking that down with a peeler until it starts to get more tender. Rather than cutting and then charring the broccoli, I am going to cut and then char and then cut again. So I'm gonna be charring it in big pieces. What that allows you as the cook to do is just have less that you're keeping track of. It's like gonna be big pieces that only have to get moved once rather than lots of little florets kind of bouncing and rolling all over the place. I'm going to cook the stem and the crown together apart. And this way I'm creating flat sides, which are just gonna stay face down in the skillet, and that's where the char is gonna get picked up. So same thing on the crown. And you just wanna go straight through the middle, separating it into 2 lobes, and you'll get char all over trunk and the branches. If my head of broccoli was like super honkin' large, or if you were doing this recipe with cauliflower, which you 100% should and could, I would take it into quarters just to create more surface area. But now these are ready to go into a hot skillet and pick up some deep, dark, delicious color. I have my largest cast iron skillet. I'm going over medium high. If you have a cast iron skillet that isn't big enough to hold all the pieces of broccoli, just do it in batches. You just don't want to pile them on top of each other. So while this is warming up, these are just getting salt and pepper. That was a lesson in the least efficient way to season broccoli ever. Now that my pan is hot, I am going to use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. It's about to start smoking, so I know it's really hot. Broccoli is gonna go in. So now that everybody's in, very happy, everybody fit. This is gonna take 4 or 5 minutes. Like charring and burning are slightly different. Charring is like deep brown, but not yet black, but right on the edge. And like talking to the black hole of burnedness, but stopping right before. We're dancing at the edge of darkness is what we're doing. Part of what's happening here is that steam is getting released because the broccoli stem is heating up. So you're seeing steam is actually tenderizing the thickest part of the broccoli while the underside is getting charred. It's both. Where there's smoke, there's charring. Where you have the most color, you also have the most tender, the most cooked through, and the sweetest. And as you move through, like the trunk of the broccoli, where it gets thicker, it gets more firm. It's not only giving you a mix of textures, it's also gonna give you a mix of flavors because charred things, caramelized things, cooked things are sweeter than their raw counterpart. Maybe that's not always true, but it's definitely true for broccoli. I'm gonna turn these over and just slice this. This is kind of a knife and fork salad, the way that I'm cutting it. If you wanted it to be you know, something that you could eat off your lap at a bigger party like a potluck, or just something that you want to be forkable, then go smaller into florets. while the broccoli is still like, has that warmth to it and like all of the cell walls are open and in a receiving mode, I'm going to add the vinegar. This is cider vinegar. I just think it's nice with the other flavors, but really any vinegar that you find on your caddy will be suitable and lovely. Isn't this a beautiful bowl? It's made by my sister's ceramics company called Mondays. And it's just beautiful. All right, so now I've got vinegar kind of soaking before adding the oil, so the vinegar is not having a fight with oil over, you know, which one gets to be in charge. And while those guys are hanging out, I'm gonna prep the rest of the ingredients. So I'll start with these. These are Marcona almonds. They're Spanish, and they just have like this cute Humpty Dumpty, really adorably like juicy and chubby shape. Aww. And they have like more oils than regular almonds. Regular almonds will totally work. Marcona almonds are like sweet and like a cashewy kind of a texture. I'm just giving these a rough chop. Next up, the medjool date. I'm on record as like, I guess at this point, I'm a champion of dried fruits, including dates. I wish I lived on the West Coast sometimes, only sometimes, and that sometimes is when I want like different varieties of citrus at my farmer's market and to find all the different varieties of dates. I would say in the community that we are building in this salad bowl, like you need something sticky. You need the thing that's gonna hold everybody together. And you need to bring sweetness always, like life is sweet, right? So you have to celebrate that. I was about to use my knife, did you see that? But instead, I'm gonna use shears, which I've learned over the years is just a really easy way to cut through sticky stuff and it doesn't stick to the blades. And it's like so convenient and fast. Look at how fast it is. Shears are great for so many things. Cutting up pizza when you have small children, cutting tomatoes when they're still in the can, like whole peeled tomatoes, you can go like that. Cutting backbones out of chickens, obviously. I don't allow anyone to take my shears and open boxes with them that I live with. If you do that, you're gonna get, you know, really, you're just gonna get really, you don't want that. You don't want that mad mommy energy. All right, sweetheart. Yeah, we have our like earthy grounded guy. We have our like salty and like crunchy character. We have our like sweet and delicious kind of community oriented character. And then you have the cheesy guy. Gotta have a cheesy guy. I need about 2 ounces, but like no one ever got mad that there was like a little extra cheese in the salad. So you can use a vegetable peeler, which I think is how the recipe was originally written. I'm just in like a nugget kind of a mood. And this is a nice to aged cheddar, so I'm just gonna break it up into little craggy pieces. Parmesan would be like totally incredible in this. I think an aged Gouda would be really, really good. I'm not a huge smoked Gouda person, but if you are, that's okay. Oh, manchego would be so good in this with the dates and the almonds. It like totally goes. Okay, that's everybody. Now we just have like a little bit of a dressing that we can do in the bowl. So I'm gonna toss to combine these ingredients and eyeballing about a teaspoon of honey. Obviously, this is like picking up on the sweetness of the dates. It's balancing out that broccoli-ish, cruciferous, vegetal, deep, dark, charred flavor of the broccoli. A bit of olive oil to carry all of these flavors from one friend to another. And tossy toss. Salt and pepper. So like most salads that you would bring to a potluck, you wouldn't dress them until you got where you were going. And this salad is an exception. It's just gonna get better the longer it sits and all of the flavors are gonna marry. It'll kind of marinate in there and just get more and more delicious. Nobody's gonna wilt. The key thing with this salad actually is I'm taking bites of the broccoli to make sure that it's seasoned. But the beauty of eating it is getting a piece of date, a piece of broccoli, a nugget of cheese, like perfectly dressed all together in one bite. Like that is the full balance. That is the total spectrum. I'm gonna do that. I want like the perfect bite of brock, a date, a nugget, and everybody's dressed to perfect. Everything together is perfection, and broccoli salads are gonna blow minds. So I have 2 words. broccoli board. Call me. We've been doing it wrong. Broccoli wants to be salad. We're rebranding, we're drilling down, we're reinventing, and we're celebrating. So call me, DM me, broccoli board, if you're out there. We can make magic together.